Hey there, I'm Sheila Smith, Arkansas Behavior Support Specialist Coordinator, and I can't tell you how many times I've heard, I shouldn't have to bribe my kids to get them to do what I want. And you know what? You shouldn't be bribing your kids to get them to do what you want. That's actually one of my greatest pet peeves. What's the difference between bribery and reinforcement? So in today's behavior break, we're going to talk about the differences between bribery and reinforcement, why the timing matters so much, and how to increase behaviors that you want to see more of long term and not just get quick fixes. Let's start with definitions. Both bribery and reinforcement involve giving something the person wants, but the timing and the purpose make all the difference. Bribery happens before the behavior or during this misbehavior, and it usually rewards inappropriate behavior. Reinforcement, on the other hand, happens after the desired behavior and is used to increase that positive behavior in the future. So let me give you a real-world example. When my children were little and we would go to the store and I would say, here's a lollipop, make good choices while we're in the store, keep your hands in the cart. Well, did they do anything to earn that lollipop? No, they didn't. It doesn't matter what the outcome is, they still get the lollipop. Whereas with reinforcement, if I said, hey, if you keep your hands in the cart and make good choices while we're at the store, then when we get to the checkout line, I will buy you a lollipop. Well, let's say they engage in those behaviors and I buy them a lollipop at the end. That's reinforcement. They're engaging in those appropriate behaviors and they get the reward after they engage in the appropriate behaviors. So let's take a look at what this might look like in the classroom. So in this first situation, the student's refusing to begin his math worksheet. The teacher says, here's the iPad. Finish your math worksheet. In this case, the student was refusing to work, and now they're learning that refusal leads to a reward. That's bribery. The power stays with the misbehavior. Whereas in the second situation, if you finish this math worksheet, then you may have a 3-minute break on the iPad. The student completes the worksheet, and the teacher says, you've worked through that first page, even when it was tough. Nice job sticking with it. You've earned a quick iPad break. So here in the second situation, the teacher waited for the student to demonstrate the appropriate behavior before she offered the reward of the iPad. That's reinforcement, and that's going to strengthen those positive behaviors across time. So now let's talk about how do we make that shift from bribery to reinforcement. Step 1, set clear expectations before behavior happens. Instead of reacting in the moment, explain what earns rewards. When you finish your morning work, you can choose a game. Step 2, catch them being good. Reinforce small steps, not just perfection. If a student starts working after just one prompt, that's progress. Step 3, keep rewards immediate and specific. Say, I like how you raised your hand before speaking instead of a generic good job. And lastly, step 4, fade tangible rewards over time. Start with stickers, small prizes, make sure you're pairing those with social praise, and then eventually you can fade out those reinforcers. So the next time you find yourself offering a reward, just ask yourself, am I reinforcing positive behavior or am I bribing misbehavior? And remember, positive reinforcement is going to give you a long-term change in behavior, whereas bribery is only offering you a few quiet moments. Thank you for joining, and please check out our other behavior breaks on arbss.org.